Scorpion versus Crane matchup for you. We've got Yamaneko versus Mjothr. Scorpion versus Crane matchup for you. We've got and Yamaneko. So we have Mjothr is on looks like Shooterev's list. It's Crane splash Scorpion, but he's using Shooterev's previous splash of double calling in favor is double fate worse than death. No attachments, no Steward of Laws. Interesting enough.
Yeah, that is a bit of a surprise, especially given for Shane.
Oh, he's got 3 spies at court. I see what's happening here.
Yeah, he doesn't want to block his own. He doesn't.
So he's gonna play a lot of like try and win conflicts and then control hand sizes and keep bids down basically, and just use the raw stats of his characters, which actually is pretty decent against Scorpion. Except for the fact that their box can kind of let them draw out of it. But Guest of Honor is really good in this matchup. And he is playing Mia Satoshi. So he's playing Mia Satoshi, 3 Yoshis, and 2 Hotarus.
And the Scorpion player
is on an interesting deck. His deck title is called Hey, Stop Peeking at My Stuff. I can appreciate that. So he has 3 Shoshiro Miyako, who's the shinobi that whenever you play a character, they have to discard a card at random or dishonor one of their guys. He has all full 10 conflict characters, but he's playing Lion Splash, not Dragon Splash or Crab Splash. And we see 3 Goblin Sneaks and 2 Ageless Crones, along with 2 Ready for Battles and a Legion of 1, which is a pretty sick combination with Goblin Sneak. It's pretty decent with Adept of Shadows too. If you have extra fate, you can play Adept of Shadows with 1 fate, Legion of 1 her, and then get in there. All right, so here is. The game is up, it looks like. I'll send you the password in 1 second. Alright, so it looks like the players are ready. Once Kingsley gets in the room, we'll give them the go ahead and we'll be up.
Okay. It's weird here.
Alright, so it looks like the players are in the game. Kingsley's here. Looks like Mjothr has won the die roll and has chosen to go second. I wonder what the statistic is. I don't think anyone has chosen to go first yet in any cup game. So, I mean, I guess like every other card game, there's just always a strictly better choice.
There haven't been any like lion versus lion matchups where...
Do you want to go first in that matchup? I've never played it.
I think in Lion Mirror you do want to go first, but I could be wrong.
That's reasonable. If you flip LPB, you get the first initiative basically.
Yeah.
So we see Illusionist and Young Rumormonger. Rumormonger is incredibly good against Crane. It disrupts Savvy Politician combo. It can disrupt Way of the Crane. Even Brash Samurai's ability can be disrupted. So, and then Social Illusionist is also very good in this matchup, being able to remove those tokens also. So we see Rumormonger with 1. If you're Crane here, like Brash plus Savvy Politician is just like not very exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, so he just opts for Guest of Honor too? Okay, so Scorpion, I mean, if we've learned anything from Scorpion, they're probably gonna pass here. But let's see if he bucks the norm.
He does have the maximum 10 conflict characters, so hopefully he's seen at least one. Passing here would be fairly strong. Guest of Honor is going to be pretty annoying for Scorpion to deal with, however.
Attachment-wise, Crane has 0 and Scorpion has 4. 2 Cloud Mines and 2 fans.
Yeah, so those calling in favors from the Scorpion player are going to be blank. He does not have the favored niece to get him out of there either. Also, interestingly, I just noticed the Scorpion deck is not playing Way of the Scorpion.
Oh, he's not playing any.
He might be teched hard for the Scorpion Mirror, but that's gonna be definitely a card that you want in this Crane matchup.
Yeah. That is a pretty. I mean, like his deck is really sick in the mirror. Then if he has no way of the Scorpions, he just has like no dead cards.
Yep.
So we can see. He's only on 2 calling in favors, also like 2 total. He also has an Icon Swim, so we need to keep an eye on bids. So Scorpion does pass. We see Savvy Politician bot. I hope the Crane player realizes the interaction with like Way of the Crane and doesn't try and go for the combo.
I do think buying the Savvy Politician against this young rumor monger is very strange. I would not do that in this situation.
It's not. It gives you the chance for 2 conflicts, right? Like so you can just defend with one and then give yourself a chance for a second one.
I would have bought the Brash Samurai rather than the
Yeah,
Savvy
I
Politician.
agree. I agree with that because you don't care if the rumor monger moves the honor status to the guest of honor. Like that's actually actively good.
Yeah, but if he does it against a different card on Savvy, it kind of wastes your combo.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Like you could have even like passed and like kept up fate and like tried
Yeah,
to.
so here we see, yep, he tries to do the combo with Way of the Crane, and Young Rumor Monger honors the Guest of Honor instead.
Yeah, I mean it's basically like he just played Way of the Crane target guest of honor, which is, I mean it's not bad, right? But it's not as amazing as having 2 honored characters.
Yeah, it's okay, but it's not that good. Yeah, I do think the Brash Samurai might be better.
I mean, you would accomplish the same goal too. You could just wave the Crane your guest of honor too, or you could wait. I don't know.
If you Way of the Crane the Guest of Honor, it's actually very risky if you play the Brash Samurai.
Yeah,
Because he
never
can
mind.
move it onto the Brash Samurai and then waste his ability, so
Yeah.
you have to wait. Here.
You just not wave the Crane this turn then. Yeah. So, Faceplant's shameful display. This is interesting. We see a double defense here. This would be a pretty sick time for Legion of One. Legion of One would give enough strength to threaten a break. Crane with no fate right now? Oh, he just decides to leave. That's okay. The Rumonger's just gonna stand for favor then, because he can't fight in the political with the Crane Stronghold. Yeah, I don't know, Soto. I don't agree with defending with 2. Like,
Yeah, this is bizarre.
I think this is just overzealous protection.
Yeah, I think he's really exposing himself to risk here, ironically, by investing so
Yeah,
heavily.
so I was pointing out if you just defend with guest, so the Scorpion player doesn't have any katanas, right? So if you just defend with guest, he actually can't win.
Yeah, because he can't play his events, and he doesn't have. Well, no, he can play conflict characters.
That's fair. Okay.
So there is some reason to do this, but I really do.
It was
think
just
it's
void too, right? Like so, like you just leave up shameful, and if he plays a conflict character, you just dishonor it.
Yeah. So we are going to see, in all likelihood,
Oh, I guess he has to start the conflict with a character, so he's gonna get this thing bowed, and then we're gonna see a conflict character here.
that seems likely. Or he just forgot the stronghold.
I mean, you use box, man, but it applies to both sides. Oh,
he
ready
tries
for
a
battle.
Ready for battle, and it's canceled with Voice of Honor.
All right. Now do we have a conflict character? Man, ready for battle is sick. That card is so good. Yeah, there's Adaptive Shadows.
There's an Adaptive Shadows.
Yeah. Does he have a fan? He does have 2 fans in his deck.
The Crane player has 3 assassinations. I would totally use it in
Oh,
this
the Crane player
situation.
has 3? Oh, wow. Yeah, absolutely. I would definitely
It
fire
looks
that
like
up.
he has. He's gone down to 7 honor.
Yep,
Yep,
and
there's the
there's the
assassination.
assassination. All right,
Adept
that's actually
Shadows
like
down.
that's a huge tempo swing for the Crane player.
Now we could see another Adaptive Shadows or an Ageless Crone come out here, but the Scorpion player's odds of breaking seem pretty low. Additionally, going under the Scorpion in honor is often actually fine.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because normally Assassination is a fairly dead card against Scorp, but I do think using it in this situation is good.
Oh, it was actively
Yamaneko
good, right?
passes.
Well, you killed one fated Adaptive Shadows. It was great.
Yeah.
All right, so no one wins. So Crane is gonna claim favor with Kakita Yoshi in the row. And once the Yoshi train gets rolling, you can basically start like lowering your bid drastically. If Yamaneko keeps the Soci Illusionist, it would be smart to try and dig for Cloud the Mind. He is playing 2. And the Illusionist can also remove the Honor tokens, or attempt to, or he could remove the Dishonor token from Rumor Monger also to enable Forged Edict. Interesting, it seems like the Crane player has got Brash Samurai. I guess he's just going to keep it for a whole nother round. Or he might, I mean, I can't imagine he's not buying Yoshi 2 pass. Oh, and we get a Yoshi dupe. You get Hotaru first player too? What do you, alright, so against opponent not playing any way of the Scorpions, what do you think about Hotaru here?
I think Hikaru could be quite strong. We do know that there are 2 copies of A Fate Worse Than Death.
Oh, that's true.
So there are some answers here. I would feel more confident about the situation if I knew I had an advantage in terms of
Counters?
counters, and it
Yeah.
is conceivable that he does. Scorp does not currently have any courtiers that are neutral or honored to cast Forged Edict.
The Crane player is not playing Censure, so he does not have
So
access to those.
Soci Illusionist is strong here. I would have quite considered playing him on the previous turn. Actually, I forgot to mention this at the time. But because Soci Illusionist can discard a status token, you can use it to prevent a Crane player from being able to use Voice of Honor. So that might have actually been a pretty strong thing for the Scorpion player to use in the previous turn.
No, he had two honor characters, so it really wouldn't have played out that way. He
Yeah, I just mean like there's no guarantee you're going to hit Shameful.
Oh, sure,
Especially
sure,
when
sure.
it's
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the
that's
Dynasty
reasonable.
phase.
You can also discard the fate token off your Rumor Monger to turn on Edict.
The Dishonor. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
right.
so you remove the Dishonor, and then now you can dishonor him for the cost of Forged Edict.
No doubt.
Alright, so we see 3 from... So Mjothr is, like, turning his bids down. Unfortunately, I think you... So, like, there's some math that goes in with Scorpion bids. So if you think your opponent's going to bid 5, like, you want to make it so that you're just always under them slightly. So, like, if I assume my opponent's going to bid 5 here, and I want to bring it down slightly, I would just bid 4. Right? Like, that's the gradual math that you have to do. And then we do see the Cloud Mine on Kakita Yoshi. Does he have calling in favors? If he has calling in favors, he can move it from Kakita Yoshi to Guest of Honor.
It would give up his potential Voice of Honor, but it might be worth doing given that Kikita Yoshi's ability is really something that you wanna be able to use. And
Crane?
he's not playing that weird discard attachment province, is he? He's not.
Frostbitten Crossing? No.
Yeah, one little thing that's not always understood with Frostbitten Crossing is that you can actually use it on your own characters while defending to remove negative attachments.
Yeah, Frostbitten Crossing has fallen very out of favor. I can't remember the last Crane I've seen that has been playing it. I think they were high on it, and then they were like, oh wait, this just gets Pathfinder's bladed.
Yeah, I used it. I came up against it in a recent game that I think was actually a league game in pools, and I was victorious despite it.
We do see the calling in favors.
I think it's not. Oh yeah, nice. I think it's not consistent or strong enough. It's at the point where it's like This is a card that you really take to super tech against Dragon.
And
then,
crab, and crab.
Yeah, and Crab, that's fair. Also Unicorn, but if
Yep.
you're attacking against Unicorn, something's gone wrong.
It's a pretty sweet, it could be a pretty sweet Stronghold province.
Yeah.
So one thing to note, now that Guest of Honor is off right now, and Guest of Honor is a really big hindrance for Scorpion, but I guess the draw from Yoshi is probably too good.
Yeah.
Alright, so don't worry about Fate Worse Than Death. You just what do you do here if you're a Crane? Maybe political, maybe water.
Mm. I think, yeah. So I would probably lead in with an attack from Kakita Yoshi. I think that water. I don't know how good water is. I think they would just defend with the Socio-Illusionist.
The Roommonger also doesn't have Fate.
Oh, good point. Yeah, I saw that.
Are you
Dishonored token.
are you scared of face spelling Shameful, or are you just gonna take the 75%?
I'm a little scared, but that's kind of the way it goes.
That's fair.
Like, I might also do. Yeah, I think water. If he has any copies of Voice of Honor, going for fire would be strong. Oh, he actually passes the conflict opportunity. He's waiting for the Scorpion player to make the first move.
Alright, he can get some Fate this way too, because he has 2 more air provinces, so Seeker of Air will give him Fate from those.
Yeah, good point.
So basically he just doesn't want to have meditations on the Dao hit here.
Yep.
And it's Manicure
Manicure
Garden.
Garden.
Excellent, so that's
nice.
going to be 2 Fate for him.
That'll be a good influx of resources. I do think that he's going to want to make an attack, or he's going to want to use Yoshi at some point. Maybe he's going to use Yoshi.
And he's just going to use Yoshi here.
I think he's rethinking.
Contesting the Earth Ring. I mean, the Earth Ring isn't bad here, but it's not. I don't think it's as impactful as the Fire Ring. I think I would have gone Fire if I was Scorpion.
Yeah, as Scorp, I would probably be going for Fire. There is actually an argument for Void, but I think you taking a ring with Fate on it is pretty strong.
Yeah. So Yoshi defends, discards the favor as first action.
Yeah, that'll be a nice influx of cards. Mitigate some of the card disadvantage.
All right. So what? So the Crane player has 2 more assassinations in their deck, 3 bonsais, 3 charges. Those are the military buffs. Whereas Scorpion has 2 more Legion of 1, 2 bonsai, 2 charge. If he dishonors this, if he like for shames this Kakita Yoshi and he dishonors it for whatever reason, I Can Swim can kill it. Because he did bid lower.
He does only have 1 copy of I Can Swim.
Plays Ageless Crone not in the conflict.
That seems strange.
Is that a mistake?
Oh, no, you know what? It's a courtier to enable Forged Edict.
Oh, that's smart. That's smart.
And
it triggers Miyako.
Well, he loses Spies at Court, and I don't exactly think he would want to play Spies at Court off Kakita Yoshi here.
Well, this is a military conflict.
Oh, yeah, wow. Derp.
So...
It's a weird situation here. Now, I do think that if he does have the combo... what are we seeing get played here? Something's happening. Policy debate. Yep, classic. If he has that Forged Edict, he should probably use it.
So we see Fate Worse Than Death, 1 Legion of 1, no Forged Edict.
Okay, so he does have a Legion of 1 and a Bonsai.
And a Fate Worse Than Death, but if I have counter spells, I can just leave Fate Worse Than Death there.
Unluckily for him, he has also seen a Calling in Favors, which is totally blank.
Yeah, the only way
nothing.
his Calling in Favors would work is if the Crane player Calling in Favors one of his 2 fans, so he can Calling in Favors it back.
Okay, so he takes the Bonsai.
Yeah, because it's 4 versus 3 from the Legion of 1.
Yeah. And the Legion of 1 also has more constraints on playing it. Yamaneko is passing. He is not going to play Legion of 1 to try to win this conflict.
I don't know about that. I think I might trade 1 for 1 here. I'm up on cards.
Yeah, Wow, another policy debate comes out.
I wonder what he
Nasty.
takes here. I guess I take Fate Worse than Death now since my opponent passed.
Yeah,
I could see taking my opponent's policy debate. I could see taking Cunning Magistrate.
that deck title of "Hey, stop peeking at my stuff"
Yeah,
seems.
it's not working out. Unassuming Yojimbo is reasonable. Adaptive Shadow is reasonable. Like there's a lot of reasonable choices here.
He already killed one Adaptive Shadows, right? It's possible
Yeah,
that he wants to take another one to prevent that from being
yeah. Ada plus
an
Miyako
effect
can
that
get
comes out
annoying.
repeatedly. Yeah, with Miyako, that's a very strong combination. Now, one thing to note for Miyako, though, he takes first shame. Okay. Trying to eliminate dishonor and control options. He's leaving that fate worse than death. And, in some of the previous games during the top part of the previous league, we saw scenarios where people left fate worse than death and then ended up getting hit by it later. So we'll see if that comes back to bite him.
So Mjothr hasn't used Manicure Garden yet. Hopefully he remembers.
Yeah, that's true. Policy debate number 3.
Man, this young rumormonger is just getting talked into the dirt.
I will say I'm not sure that playing all 3 policy debates in one turn is
Yeah,
so strong.
like the information is a lot of the strength, right? So you want to save it for when you can get some fresh information.
But maybe there's a card that he really wants to remove.
Well, I
Looks
don't
like
know why
a
you
Legion
discard
of One.
Legion of One here. Your opponent is just not playing it. Like he's had multiple opportunities to play it. He's just not doing it.
Yeah, it might be for later, but I'm still not very
I
excited.
think I
about
take
it,
Fate Worse
because-
than Death there if I really want to get a card out. All right, does he gain his fate now? Test. Oh, here comes the test of skill chain. 2 Spies Court and Bonsai. He's just gonna take Bonsai Spies Court. So now on the second conflict, we could see a political water with the Gust of Honor, and then attempt to ready Kakita. Look, Joe, you're here now. It's you and Soto. Real lively chat room. Everyone went to sleep or something. Soto's saying he's playing Unicorn on Discord right now. Widwin's saying he's not asleep, but his keyboard is so far away. Alright, so Mjothr wins the conflict. Does political water? Yeah, political water. He does faceplant shameful. It is less painful with one glory character, but nonetheless it is kind of annoying.
Yep.
Oh, he doesn't have enough fate to do that. Never mind. I thought he could maybe play Cunning Magistrate, but not enough fate.
Yeah, Cunning Magistrate would be nice in this situation, but I mean, even if he had the extra fate to play the Cunning Magistrate, you really only want to play.
Why is he defending with Crone? It's just gonna get boxed.
I don't know. He may have.
Oh, I
forgotten the
guess you save box here, because then you can box on defense against a conflict character.
Maybe. What did he? So we do know there's.
All right.
We do know there's an Adaptive Shadows. Yeah, that's fair. So
His current hand is Fate Worse Than Death, Adaptive Shadows, Calling in Favors, Court Games, Cunning Magistrate, Policy Debate, and Unassuming Yojimbo.
will we see a policy debate from the Scorpion player here?
It would cost him a Fate, because he has.
Oh yeah, his own Ageless Crone would kind of hamper that plan.
Yeah, any cards the Scorpion player plays here would be really awkward.
So the Crane player just chooses to pass. He's not going to use box. It is a bit unlucky that he hit the Shameful Display there. That's probably not what he was hoping to see.
So we're gonna see Miyako come in, and then the Adaptive Shadows can pick up the slack after it gets bowed.
That seems like a reasonable plan.
Alright, what's he gonna try and go after here? He just stands for favorite. That's reasonable. You don't. There's no fate investment for minimal gain. Like he can't break. So I'm okay with that line of play. All
Wait, do
right.
you see the favor going over to Yamaneko?
Yeah, Yamaneko he just stood his character for favor.
Yeah. So that will prevent another Yoshi trigger. Seems reasonable.
So we're gonna see. So he keeps everything, and then flips one card being a Kakita Asami. So we can see Yoshi dupe, and then, man, him not taking this Fate Worse Than Death just makes him never want to play Doji Hotaru.
Yeah, so for me, I would probably want to be, especially with that Doji Hataru still there, I would want to be dealing with Fate Worse Than Death, but, we'll see what happens.
I guess I guess I'm on Brash Samurai Asami plan then. We see Hiroe come out from the Scorpion player.
It does mean he doesn't have the fate to play a Fate Worse Than Death, but he can easily get 2 Fate from a ring this turn. And he may well get 1 for passing early also.
So Crane buys Brash, no Fate.
Could be trying to set up for a Noble Sacrifice here.
Is he playing Noble Sack? I don't think he's playing Noble Sack.
Yeah, he's got 2.
Oh, 2? Okay. He could be setting up for his own Fate Worse Than Death.
Oh yeah, he does have that. That's fine.
Yeah, and so we see an honor on Yoshi to turn on Voice of Honor. One thing to note is he can. So Fate Worse Than Death does Dishonor, so he can Fate Worse Than Death Hiroe, and then after combat with Brash Samurai, he can Noble Sack it.
This is a lot of fate to float here. I wonder if that means that we're going to be seeing a political rival.
Mjothr bids 1. Yamaneko's on 5, so some honor swings here. Yamaneko is up exactly 5 cards right now, so let's see if he can do something with those extra cards. It's tough. See, if he's still in a policy debate here, he could, on defense, first action, like, policy debate, and then take like, the scariest card, because he now has a 9 strength Yoshi. I think I do an attack with Hiroe. I'm just trying to figure out if I want to do my military attack or my political attack. You could do just mill fire just to get their fate off of it, and it's the most impactful ring with 2 fate on it. So you do mill fire, you attack, and then if he blocks the Brash Samurai, he'll first action honor it, and then you can pull in Kakita Yoshi and Fate Worse Than Death Kakita Yoshi.
That would be nasty.
He could also do his political conflict here, attempting to. He does have double court games too, so yeah. So I think you have to find a way to. I think you have to court games to honor your guy first before playing the Fate Worse Than Death to turn on Voice of Honor.
Hmm.
If he blocks it, if he doesn't honor Brash Samurai, it's like a tough rope to play. The Scorpion player also has a policy debate, so he can use his Hiroe. Interesting. Just no. Okay, I was like, wait, you're just defending with Yoshi? That seems ambitious. So we do see political fire. I think you just defend with Brash Samurai, honor it to turn on Voice of Honor. You're gonna get policy debated, and then we'll see what happens. I don't know. Okay, so Brash Samurai does defend, it looks like. If the Crane player first action goes for Fate Worse Than Death, we could see a counter war.
Good point.
Yamaneko didn't have any Forged Edicts, so it is likely that he could have seen 1, but unlikely that he had seen 2. So we could see first action Crane, Fate Worse Than Death, Forged Edict, Voice of Honor. Yep, there's Fate Worse Than Death. Do we have? And then it does not look like we have a Forged Edict. And now we get to honor our Brash Samurai here and gain a Fate. So pretty easily diverted. This also protects against conflict characters, and because it's a political conflict, all the conflict characters will get crane boxed.
Fate Worse Than Death being played against the Scorpion for once.
Yeah, it is a very powerful card. It does a lot of things. Let me check for you, Flying Zergling. Scorpion does not have Censure in the list, so we're just on in-faction counter spells. Here, I'll post the list in chat. Oh, still on. We're still mobile. Okay, no problem. So we see a fan coming out onto Miyako, so he can attack without getting. Oh wait. Interesting. Why do you think he preemptively played a fan?
Could be for policy debate purposes.
So, like, if the guest of honor gets in, you can policy debate her for the full.
I don't know though. That's like what, 4 against 3? That's not really good.
Yeah,
enough.
you have to bid. You have to bid 5 if you want to win, and then you give your opponent potentially 4 honor, or you potentially try and game the system and then have it backfire.
He also made a political conflict without using his Bayushi Lyre.
Yeah, so we're gonna see
probably the Lyre's defense.
Yeah, I agree. We're gonna see political here. I think I go air here and grab this.
Yeah, just take the fate. If you do win it, it puts pressure on him, so he probably has to defend, but he can defend with that Lyre for no real marginal cost, and actually he'll be winning it with the Lyre because he has the Imperial favor, so it'll be 4 against 3. So this is not an amazing attack, but it's something.
It's something. You could also do military.
It is true fate.
You could do military air. We do know that Mjothr has a bonsai from the previous from the previous conflict, or a previous Tesla
Yeah, it looks
skill.
like he is considering military now.
Alright, apparently people are complaining about 5 rings and mobile. Look, man, I didn't make up the site. So we see a rally to the cause. I wonder if the Scorpions player will sniff it out and just flip it. Interestingly enough, rally to the cause is in the row. What do you think he put on? He's running a normal row of pilgrimage, shameful meditation, seeker cache. What do you think he put under a stronghold if rally's in the row? Maybe pilgrimage? It's
that is really weird, actually.
It's really weird because the problem is it gives Crane a farmable province, which they normally don't, which Scorpion doesn't have, like realistically outside of meditations. Doesn't have
On the other
province.
hand, he did get upside out of it here because it means his Bayushi Lyre can defend instead of being a bit irrelevant. So Yamaneko's now is it Yamaneko? I don't know how to pronounce that. Anyway.
Yamaneko, I think.
Well, anyway, he's winning this conflict. It's unclear if he's winning the overall game.
It says he won a conflict. Looks like Mjothr just didn't want to play.
Yeah, just both players passed. Okay, Imperial favor doing work. I think that just based on the overall game here, it's kind of unclear who's up. Goblin Sneak comes out.
Goblin Sneak less impactful when your opponent has 7 fate.
Yeah, scarcely the most powerful use of Goblin Sneak I've ever seen. Oh, he discards a Noble Sacrifice. Wow, that is bad luck. So he was going for a Noble Sacrifice on Yogo Hiroi, it looks like, but he has not used it yet, and now it gets discarded to the random discard from Goblin Sneak. That is very unlucky. We'll see if he has the second copy in hand, but that definitely seems like it will hamper the Crane player's position going into the next turn. I can only imagine he was hoping to be have his honored Yoshi versus Miyako only. Art of Peace comes out. He is going to defend here. This is a void conflict. No, he's not going to defend it. Or he's considering, it seems.
I'm back, Kingsley. Looks like McGoadington has just subscribed with Twitch Prime. Thanks, buddy. That gives us some more subscriptions. If when I get my proceeds money, I might just put it in towards like the invitational or like a prize money for one of these tournaments. Like,
oh yeah, that's a TED idea.
Like, there's just like a ton of really cool ideas that we're coming up with for like fun, like just like show matches and like tournaments, and it'd be really cool to just have like some amount of money on the line, right? Like a $50 tournament, right? Like that just gives people playing more competitively. It's just like good for the community.
Yeah, I think we should do a maximally competitive tournament that has the like province.
We were talking about doing a unified team event. So you build it's teams of 3. The way it works is each team can't have between Splash and main clan. You can't have the same clan.
Okay.
So like a lineup could be like Lion Splash Crane, Crab Splash Unicorn, and then Scorpion Splash Dragon. That would be a valid lineup. But you can't play Crab Splash Unicorn and then Dragon Splash Crab. Like you can only have Crab once. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah.
So we see Yoshi coming in. We see a court games to dishonor Yoshi. Voice of Honor is still on. Couldn't the Crane have dishonored the Bowed Brash Samurai instead of discarding? He could have. I think he wanted to keep Voice of Honor on without having to because he knew he was gonna get court games, because he knows opponent's hand. So we see the counter court games to keep Yoshi honored. Contesting the Water Ring, he's probably just gonna stand his Brash Samurai to take favor. I think that's pretty strong. Oh, the Rega and I were talking about the Invitational, and it looks like it's definitely gonna be happening. So it should be really cool. I think if you keep making deep runs, you will earn yourself a spot for sure. All right, so Mjothr discards Yamaneko, uses the Water Ring to stand Guest of Honor. Okay, that still gets him favor. I was like making sure. I'm like, oh, does this not get him? That does not get him favor.
And he does get a break.
Yeah, he breaks Rally to the cause, right? Like that was gonna be the province that was gonna break because Scorpion doesn't want it to get farmed.
Oh, he had the second noble sacrifice.
Oh.
Yoga Heroi is discarded even after that unlucky discard. Now it makes a lot more sense why he was like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that's so sick.
In fact, that's pretty good because it's not guaranteed that he'll be able to enable it again. And so that means that the board-wise, Crane player's position is going to be a lot stronger.
So he's going to have an honored Yoshi. He's going first. He's going to have Hotaru and Asami?
He could, yeah. Has he decided whether or not to keep yet?
He has not. We're in regroup phase right now. I mean, I have 6 Fate. Yeah, he keeps it all. And flips the Imperial Palace. That is... And Artisan is pretty sick here. We could see a really very easy double resolve ring here. So, we see Hotaru with 2. I think I buy... I guess depending on my hand, I don't... If I have, like, another Fate Worse Than Death or like, another expensive card in my hand... Or like a political rival, maybe I just buy Artisan and then take the Passing Fate. If I can. We see Heroi with 2. I think you could either buy, if you don't have anything expensive, you can buy Asami, and then you're gonna give Passing of Fate to the Scorpion because they want to play Fate Worse Than Death.
Yeah.
But that's fine. I think Asami's really strong here. Asami can cancel the Crane, the Scorpion box,
He actually plays the Azahina Artisan here.
and so she gets played. So now I think you should pass, and he does. Okay. So now Scorpion is kind of starved on Fate here, being at 2. We're gonna see a 1-bit, I think, from the Crane player here. Try and hammer
It's
his.
interesting that he didn't play Asami if he is going for this low bidding strategy.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so he just takes a medium amount of bid. Manipulator increases, so the bids are even. So we have a really big card disadvantage. However, Kakita Yoshi can flip that over and just get him back up. So with the City of Lies, and if he attacks and flips Pilgrimage, which might or might not be on a stronghold, he can get enough Fate to cast Fate Worse Than Death, because it'll cost 3 and he'll have 3. But barring that happening, he's not going to have the Fate to cast it. The other problem with the Artisan is that it Heroi can just mess up this conflict. So whatever he attacks with, Heroi just pulls in the other one, and then you're defenseless.
I don't like Artisan very much.
It is not a combat character, that's for sure.
It can be
Mjothr's-
good for big policy debates, but he's already played all 3 of those.
Mjothr has passed their conflict opportunity. We could just see military with Heroi, and then you just pull. Probably pull Hotaru. But you could use Hero. I guess he's just using Heroi and defense to deter an attack.
It's not awful.
He's just gonna send this Goblin Sneak at Art of Peace. Grab that Fate. Now Fate Worse Than Death is turned on with this City of Lies. Alright, so we see discard the favor. How many test of skills is he playing? He's playing 3, so we can see a test of skill chain starting.
Court Games Assassination and For Shame. He does have the the honor to play Assassination if he wants, but
I kind of
Court
like
Games-
assassinating the Sinister Soshi.
Yeah.
Or you can
he's-
save it for Adaptive Shadows, which you
So
know.
he takes the Assassination and the For Shame, discarding the Court Games.
The assassination is pretty nice because you can save it for the Adaptive Shadows you know is in opponent's hand.
Yeah.
Discarding Court Games does hurt though. So Mjothr is going for his Hotaru attack now that he's defended. So Hiroi defends. We're gonna see. Oh, he's gonna try and double resolve Void here to void out the board. That's strong. Alright, so Meditations removes, waiting on Mjothr to make a play. We see the assassination being played
on that Sinister Soshi. So he has been doing a lot of damage here to the. He's been doing a lot of damage to the Scorpion player's board, and if he double resolves the Void Ring to remove Yogo Hiroi as well, the Scorp board will be completely cleared out.
I wonder if we are going to see. So, if he doesn't have a court games here, discarding court games is kind of odd. Because, so Doji Hotaru doesn't have the courtier trait. She's actually a Bushi.
Yeah.
So, this For Shame is kind of rotting in his hand. I think I might have taken... I think taking court games was correct if this was going to be his line. But
Taking
we'll
the
see.
court games
Like,
good,
For Shame
yeah.
loses a lot of value in his Crane deck because he's not playing Steward of Law, right? Like, that's... Steward of Law is what makes For Shame, like, insane in Crane.
Yeah, I think that the Steward of Law for Shame combo, I mean, it's really just sort of bread and butter for a lot of factions. But yeah, the the fact that Hotaru is not a courtier has been something that Crane players have really been lamenting since quite early in the game's life.
So we do see
downside here.
We see a court games to honor Yogo Hiroi.
Ooh, Crane tries to play a court games and it's canceled by a Forged Edict.
Yes.
Is that the first Forged Edict we've seen?
That is the first Forged Edict we've seen. He drew it this turn specifically because last turn he got Fate Worse Than Death without
City
playing
of Lies, reducing the cost of the next event. This could be a Fate Worse Than Death.
Yeah, because now Yogo Hiroi is honored, and so Voice of Honor is off.
Yep. If he does have the third Way of the Crane, he should use it now.
Yeah, agreed. This is where not taking that Fate Worse Than Death is just gonna come and bite him.
That could very well be the case.
Like, he took a bunch of military buffs that wouldn't have been that useful.
He passes. I think we're going to see a Fate Worse Than Death
Fate
here.
Worse Than Death for
that
sure.
is going to...
That just puts Scorpion in such a huge advantage. Although Crane does have a big amount of Fate right now.
Fate, yeah. Yeah, there's Fate Worse Than Death. So I was just saying that Crane might clear the Scorpion board, but it's looking the other way around. Scorp is going to clear
Yeah,
the
Meditations
board.
plus Fate Worse Than Death is going to clear. So now Hiroi pulls this Artisan in, and he's going to get a free Dishonor out of this. The Crane player might actually get really low on Honor here, because he's going to get an undefended. He's going to have 2 Dishonor characters leaving and an Honor one, so he'll lose 1, 2, 3. So he'll be down to 4 Honor. That's pretty risky. And then if he takes the earring, he can bring him down to 3.
Hmm.
I mean, I think the earring's actually like the best ring here. You just military. Oh, you have political left. So you political with Miyako into the Imperial Palace, I think, because it's what could it possibly be? It is it's Meditations. Yeah, so you absolutely go there. Or you could If you can't break, then you can go after Shameful. Yeah, he doesn't have any buffs, so he probably just goes after Shameful then.
I do think that just as we predicted, not taking that Fate Worse Than Death has produced what ends up being a very tough situation for Crane here.
Agreed. It's like a catch-22, right? If he voice of honors the court games to honor his Hotaru, it still gets Fate Worse Than Death. So he is going after the Imperial Palace. I wonder if he has the other fan, because he does not have enough strength right now to break this. And he should know he doesn't have enough strength to break this. We can see a political rival here also. Yeah, that's what we're seeing here. 5
Yeah, that's what we must
yeah,
see.
5 fate just got
okay,
spent.
so now Crane is going to stay with a pretty reasonable board, actually. Political Rival is quite a strong card.
Yeah. It having a dash in military is really strong. It cannot be harpooned by Hiroe.
Yep. Ironically, having a dash instead of a 0 is honestly better a lot of the time.
Agreed.
Now.
Can't be, especially with policy debate. If no one else can grab it, do you mind grabbing Yuji's game? Streaming it yourself. You might have to leave this one.
I have a
I
have
you have a
another
meeting?
thing that I'm doing after this game, so
That's
I can't guarantee that I'll be.
No, that's fine. I mean, look, it's the round of 64. I said I'd try and stream as many as I could. It's ludicrous to get every game in this round of 64 streamed.
Yep.
Once we get into the 32 and 16, it's like just way easier to get those things scheduled.
Court games dishonors the rival. Are we gonna see
For shame. Oh no, can't for shame.
No, he can't play for shame. That's a bit.
Oh,
odd.
I can swim.
I can swim. Oh.
No, he doesn't have fate. He doesn't
Wait,
have
no,
fate.
no. He does. He could policy debate to enable I can swim. No, okay.
No, he doesn't have any fate. That's the problem.
Oh right.
He can now that it's dishonor though, he can set up I can swim, right? Like so
Yeah.
so all he has to do is have a higher bid now. And then
I
can
do think Akita Asami would be a strong card to bring out here for the Korean player.
I agree. So the Crane player is going to go down to 5 or 6 honor.
6, because he'll gain 1.
Yeah, Scorpion goes down to 6 also.
Yeah, I think we gotta get Akita Asami on the field.
Flipping his third Kakita Yoshi would be quite good for him. We'll see what happens.
He discards Asami.
Asami.
That's interesting. I would have been wanting to see her on the field for several turns.
Yeah, I
Ooh,
agree, Joe. I would definitely like to see more Scorpions losing. We see.
Brash Samurai is going to be strong here, I think.
Yeah, so I like Samurai, and you can Mia Satoshi with 1.
I might do, or you could do Samurai with 1, Whisperer with 1, just pass.
Pass. That's reasonable. If you have your own fate worse than death, that'd be strong.
Yep.
Shosura Actress is pretty sweet here because Shosura Actress can grab Brash Samurai, which is a pretty good
So
strong.
Star Actress can also grab that Kakita Asami.
Oh yeah. Widwin throwing some shade at Joe here. Joe says this top 64 could use more Scorpions losing, and then Widwin says, well, you would need to play Scorpion for that to happen, Joe.
Harsh.
Look, man, the champ is here. The people's champ has spoken.
We've got some spicy moves in the chat on these L5R streams.
Look, the community is nothing but vindictive. Flying Zergling hits the firing emote. Yeah, sorry, dude, we don't have the L5R server emotes. I'm not quite partnered yet with Twitch, so I don't get emotes yet. But if I ever get an emote, the first emote is gonna be use box in bubble letters. Alright, so uses Mia Satoshi, hits a storehouse. So Scorpion has access to one more Fate Worse Than Death, as does Crane. We do know that one card, at least one card in Scorpion's hand is dead. It is a Calling in Favors. There is one more Ready for Battle available, which could be useful against the Crane box. And then we know Scorpion has Cunning Magistrate in their hand, and Unassuming Yojimbo, and an Adept of Shadows. So I know 4 out of the 11 cards, without scrolling up.
Political conflict coming into the Manicured Garden. I assume he's going to be trying to use his Yogo Heroi here to disrupt the...
You can pull, and then debate. You can pull the Whisper and then debate her. 6-3.
That's reasonable.
It could also enable a higher bid for I Can Swim, and it can enable your Scorpion box. So I think that's actually what I would do.
Good point.
It would also dishonor Whisperer.
Oh, this time he has the For Shame.
Well, he didn't have he had the For Shame. He didn't have the Courtier last time.
Yeah, it's possible that he used that court games just to like plan in advance, or it's possible he didn't realize he had the Courtier last turn, or didn't have the Courtier last turn.
So I would pull Whisperer here. You'd still be breaking, and then it gives you a target to policy debate.
That seems reasonable.
You could, if you're feeling frisky, pull in Yoshi to dishonor him, but you're contesting the firing, so I assume that's what you're gonna do with the firing anyway.
You mean Satoshi?
Satoshi, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. So if Crane attacks political, you can pull Asami. If they attack military, you pull Brash Samurai. You can pull Narishma if you wanted to, and flip up a card. Oh, Shasuro Actress can get Political Rival. How sick is that?
Oh, that's tight.
Right, so if this Political Rival dies, it'll be in the discard pile. You can get a rabbit with Shasuro Actress.
Shasura Actress is a very strong card.
Mm-hmm.
I personally like playing 3 of them.
Yeah, I think most of the top Scorpions I saw were on 2. Woodwind's in chat. Hopefully he hears this. I think he was on 2, if I remember correctly.
I'm on 3 when I play Scorp, but I don't play Scorp very often. Other people could well have a better strategy than I.
I think it's really strong. It's just one of those cards that needs set up, right? It's like Spirit Color, where on its own it's not good, but like if your opponent, if you have good cards in your graveyard, you can do it. Same thing with Actress, right? Sometimes Widwin says he's on 0 Shasura Actress this cup. All right, look, I don't argue with the champ. All right, so he does pull Mia Satoshi. Oh, because the For Shame got played. So now he can just use the firing to re-honor Hiroi. Yeah, Soto, I'm also on 0 in my cup deck. I do not have any Shasuro Actresses in my deck. You know what? I think that's a card we could use. Instead of having to play Mia Satoshi, I would just play Shasuro Actress. I think Dragon need that card.
I suspect that the Crane wants to go for that water ring here.
So you do political water at Meditations?
Yeah, political water on Meditations. And the Scorpion will Shasura Actress for Asami probably.
Or he can play Cunning Magistrate from his hand.
Oh, good point.
Because it is a dishonored character.
Wow. He's going for Shameful instead. Don't know that I like that.
I don't like this with the favorable ground in play. You just...
Oh, yeah, he's actually rethinking it. Yeah, I think he realizes favorable ground.
Yeah, you just move Hiroi and honor him again.
No, he doesn't realize it. Man. Yeah, I think this is a weak play. I think he's going to give his opponent an honored character for no reason, which is especially harmful when you're running Voice of Honor.
Agreed. This also enables policy debate. So you honor hero a policy debate 6-2. That's a pretty easy win there.
Okay, looks like he's going back to meditation.
But
Maybe he
he's on a
does realize
military
it.
attack.
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know what he's thinking. That must be a misclick.
He doesn't say anything in
Or no,
chat.
wait, no. Here's the idea. He's gonna buff to win the military conflict, and then he'll stand up one of his stronger characters for a political conflict with the intent to break.
That's fair. But yeah, Brash Samurai shows up. Being a military conflict is real easy. So like you can't pull Brash Samurai into a political conflict because it gets boxed.
Yep.
But military conflict, yeah, Brash Samurai is here. Gonna be 4.
He passes.
So Mjothr passes.
Very strange.
Brash Samurai honors, so he can get an honor on the way out. Maybe he. Okay, what about this? You favorable ground out your Brash Samurai, and then if your opponent plays something, you play Cunning Magistrate. Then you have a 4 strength attacker who can break. I think I would have done that. You would have had a 4 mil attacker, and then you could have easily defend it against a character with. Yeah, see, now you have to play Add Up the Shadows and invest another card, whereas Brash Samurai breaks on his own. Probably attacks. Well, we played a Fate on it, so probably gonna attack Shameful if I had to guess. Yeah, there it is. Mjothr does not defend. We're gonna see a bonsai here. We see a charge. Okay. Yeah, this is, man, I love being proven right with my lines. This is where this is where my line would have been better. So, I guess he's just gonna activate Shameful maybe instead of the Brash Samurai ability first. Oh, we see Legion of One. Oh, and here's that combo I was talking about with Adaptive Shadows, because he played it with a Fate. Wait, he used Brash Samurai's ability instead of Shameful Display. Interesting. Okay, now we see Shameful. Okay, so it doesn't matter. Yamaneko passes. We can't see anything else. There's. Looks like Shameful is going to break. Oh, we see a bonsai from Mjothr. Never mind. Is he just gonna bonsai to not lose, or not have it broken? Looks like it. Looks like he played bonsai no kicker, which is kind of greedy. If your opponent also has a bonsai here, you could just at least force the trade of honor.
Hmm.
Yeah, avoiding his political rival is going to be a big deal.
Assassination on the Brash Samurai, bold.
It's not that bad, right? Like you just Scorpion box now.
Yeah, I mean it's still being down 2 honor though.
Yeah, I mean, it's like 2.5 because the Crane player gets an honor.
Well, he'd get that honor either way.
Yeah, that's fair.
You'd have to kill him before he used his ability.
That's fair.
Okay, so we do see a break here on the Shameful Display,
And we see
and
the
the
Void
rival
Ring.
gets hit by the Void Ring.
Favor will be retained by the Crane player. 3-3.
Yeah. The Imperial Palace really pulling its weight here.
We will also see the Crane player will get a chance to spin the wheel and potentially hit their third Kokiri Yoshi with that favor.
That would be pretty hype if they got it. Asami, Narishma, and Artisan versus two Miyakos and a Sinister Soshi.
Miyako's a named character, right? He's legendary?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Or sorry, she. I think it's a she.
I think it's just she, yeah.
Yeah.
We see a leading off with a Miya Satoshi activation, flipping a storehouse for another card. That's pretty cool. Miya Satoshi is very strong, even without recursion effects.
Yeah, I'm really liking him. If we could keep her as dragon, I would definitely enjoy running him more.
I'm already playing 3 copies, man. Even before we're keeper, it's just,
Well, yeah,
be bonus at that point.
Look, dude, we're on like the same deck, so I'm definitely in there with you.
Absolutely.
Who is it? I was talking to somebody about just like if dragon had a different role, and I was saying that keeper monks plus high kick is really sick, because you can just like defend you like with fury and a high kick and a keeper, you could defend like against a pretty big attack. All right, Narishma flips a Doji rep. Doji rep is really cool with his ability. He's really annoying to deal with.
Yeah, I agree.
Woodman's saying that the assassination was loose. What does the break do? Is he gonna go for a stronghold break now instead of the dishonor?
Yeah, I will say that like with each player only having 1 broken province and honor totals of 3 and 4.
Looks like it's gonna be a dishonor victory for somebody.
Yeah, it's not clear who's going to get dishonored, but I think somebody will. Asami has strong card to bring out. No Doji rep.
Asami won Fate though.
I might have gone for 2.
I agree. So Yamaneko bids 2, Crane bids 1. Pretty standard Scorpion tactic where you bid 1 higher than your opponent, and then immediately steal the honor back. All right, so we're gonna see Nourishment attack here. What ring do you attack here? It's like probably one with Fate, right? You could also go Void Ring to protect your 2 characters. He's chosen Air.
Here, yeah.
Yeah, I guess with the Dishonor Satoshi also it could be dangerous. Like if Scorpion has Fate Worse Than Death on Asami, like
Yeah.
that's pretty and then a Void Ring for Satoshi, like you could lose. Oh yeah. Zerglian points out that the one of I Can Swim is online also. You could defend with Heroi here and pull in Asami onto a military conflict. That's also strong. Defending with both. I guess he does have conflict characters. I guess he also wants to win, right? So to deny the gain too. I think you pull in Asami for sure on this military conflict if your goal is to win.
Yeah.
Then Asami can't use her activation, and she contributes very minorly and potentially dishonored.
Policy
We see
debate
the policy
coming out
debate
here.
now. Okay.
Now, I do think this is an error if he does have I Can Swim, because both players want to bid 1, and now I Can Swim is disabled.
I can.
Okay. Bonsai, calling in favors, charge for shame, rival, spies, 2 voice of honor. Wow.
Yep, those voice of honors are looking real bad right now. Unfortunately, he has 2 bonsais, so you can't take any.
I mean, you could take one of them.
You could. I would consider taking the political rival.
Yeah, the rival seems quite strong here. Charge is also actually kind of good here because he can charge the doji rep and then move it out.
Yeah, it's like one or the other, right? Where the rival could be a permanent character and the rep will only be a 1-turn character.
Yeah.
So I think it's between one of those two. Takes charge. That's reasonable. So he plays political rival, potentially saving it from another policy debate if Scorpion has a little more. I don't dislike that play.
That's odd.
It's not that. It's not like if you were gonna play anything else, it's not that bad. Because if Scorpion policy debates you again and takes political rival, you're in like way worse shape.
Asami gets pulled in as you were predicting.
Yep. So Asami and military obviously not good. This does make the attacker start winning.
Oh, and he can actually use meditations on Asami as well.
Oh, that's really dope.
I think attacking meditations might have been a bit incorrect here.
Well, the other one's it's secret cache or shameful, right? Like.
Yeah, I guess like none of the provinces are really that good to hit here.
Yeah, once you break the rally, you just don't have any good ones.
For shame, bows Hiroi. I don't know why he did that.
Why? I think you're supposed to for shame Miyako there, right?
Yeah, that seems like a strange mistake given that Hiroi is contributing 0 strength.
He's contributing 0, and also he's leaving this turn. Whereas if Yamaneko decides to dishonor Miyako, she'll still be there for 2 more turns.
Yeah, so that seems like it's honestly just a straight mistake.
Maybe he was hoping that his opponent would dishonor his character for some reason.
I mean, just relying on your opponent to misplay harder is not.
Look, sometimes you don't. You just wanna test the waters. We call it a chump check.
The chump check.
Yeah, it's like where you attack with a creature that so I attack with a creature. So say I have a 2/2 and you have a 1/4. This is in Magic where
Yeah.
So I attack with a 2/2 and you have a 1/4. Now I just attack you with my mana up, and you can either you can fear me or you can not, and so it's just a chump check. It's like very easily if you block, it's like okay, I pass, nothing happens, or if you don't, I get in 2 damage for free. It's a win-win.
Yeah.
Except
Yeah, that makes sense. Like even if you don't actually have the shock or whatever it is.
Yeah, it doesn't really apply quite as much here because it does cost you a card here, but it's kind of the same scenario. Yeah, exactly. You're relying on your opponent misplaying. Yo, sometimes you make a mistake.
But I think that's a little different from playing a card that doesn't do anything in the hope if the opponent picks one option in the hope that they'll instead pick the option that hurts them.
He could misclick. You know what, man? Sometimes your mouse slips. All right, so we see Bonsai on Nourishma. And then we see Forged Edict. So we did see the Edict. And so Yamaneko wins, dishonors... Wait, Yamaneko didn't use meditations. That is a really big mistake.
Wow, yeah, that... Oof.
Maybe he thought because... I've had this happen where people just think the province is dead because the initial attack was dead. So we see the Yojimbo here. We're just going to covert past Miya Satoshi and go for a break. Or just go for... You could go Earth. You could go Void. I like Earth and Void here.
Earth or Void. Earth is really strong because you get you do get the Fate. I think I would probably go for Earth. Oh, you know what? He could also do. Wait, no, he could go Fire. I think he in fact should go Fire here.
Oh, you just dishonor Nourishma and
yeah, dishonor Nourishma and then you win.
Unopposed, yeah.
Yep. And I don't think, if we look at his hand, yeah, he doesn't have any honor options, so I think that's actually it.
Yeah, you just attack Art of Peace. Art of Peace, Fire.
No, wait, does he have a military buff to buff him to break Art of Peace?
It wouldn't matter.
That actually doesn't matter.
He doesn't have any defenders. And Crane is first player, so they'll dishonor out first.
Another good point.
He attacks Manicure Garden. I don't remember his hand, but I would be remiss to give my opponent a fate. Like, you could even attack Meditations, right? Like, you just want to attack something that's not giving a positive.
Yeah.
He is attacking fire, so this looks to be game. We'll see though. Alright, so there's the unopposed down to 1. Dishonor Nourishma. Let's see what Mjothr's got. Widwin, he's not playing any Way of the Scorpions. Oh, I see. So the Crane player can win Earth and then draw yeah. Go for the top deck Way of the. So we see
top deck Wave Crane emergency.
Yeah, so he's got 1 left, I think.
Oh, the Cunning Magistrate is hit by the Crane box.
All right, so wait.
Oh, but he still gets to use Shameful. Why did he attack Shameful?
Yeah, he knows opponent has Cunning Magistrate.
What a mistake. Wait, no, he'll still win. He'll still win with
favor.
Strength. Yeah.
All right, so did he draw it? He does have 1 left.
Nope, GG, that's it. He did not draw Way of the Crane.
That is unfortunate. That would have been really sweet.
What an interesting game.
Yeah, it was really like control-y, and just the honor totals just plummeted.
What turn is this? This was a long one.
I think it's turn 5?
Turn 6.
6, okay.
Alright, end of turn 6. Crane will dishonor out, and that will be game.
That'll be game. So Yamaneko advances with a dishonor victory, which is interesting because this version of Scorpion is pretty aggressive with all the military buffs and stuff. Joe, this is just more Scorpions for you to beat. We all know that you have some secret plan to beat Scorpion, right?
I think Crab is actually advantaged against Scorpion, but I could be crazy.
We shall see. Though we did see Watch Commander do a lot of work in Jokingly's game. Like, Watch Commander was like the only reason he had a chance.
Yeah, Watch Commander is an amazing card against Scorpion.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, I actually have to head out. And Kingsley said he's busy. Rega looks like he might be trying to stream the next game. But I'm going to go to sleep probably very shortly, and I will attempt to be up at 3 a.m. for Lenath's game, The Last Unicorn Standing.
I might or I might not, but the last Unicorn Standing.
Yeah, so if you're available, I'll message you, but that should be a good one.
All right.
All right,
Later,
take care.
guys.
Take care, guys.